All right, today we're going to check out the ViFly ShortSaver smoke stopper. Okay, you guys have seen this probably already from other reviewers, but we have our ViFly here. I'm going to open up the pack. We have our instructions and the ShortSaver. Now, obviously, I've packed this back up just for the unboxing or the unbagging for you all. But we get our nice instructions with it, so you can see those here. And we have this nice table B on the back for what the green and red lights and all that kind of jazz means. When we plug our ViFly in, we get a number of different lights on it. So let's just plug this in here. And you can see once you get the green light, that means you're good to go. If we go ahead and short this out, we can short out either one, and then you can see the lights will change. So now we have a red light here and the blue is still active. That means it's powered up. It's going to stay in that operational mode until you power cycle it. So once you trip it, it will stay that way. What's kind of neat with this is that you can also use it as a different power leads here. So if I have maybe a pack here, I'm on the bench, you can see this is an XT30, but if I have an XT60 quad here, for example, right here, and I just was doing some stuff on the bench or whatnot, and I wanted to just power that up, well, I can actually plug in the XT60 connector right here, and you can see it's going to power it up off this 550 milliamp hour battery pack. There's no shorts here. Well, the ESC is a little laggy there, but no shorts here, so it just powered right through. Of course, the same works in the opposite direction, so if you power the XT60, we want to take that on the XT30, you can do that as well. As always, be cautious. This is a 3-cell pack. I was powering a 4S quad, no worries, but obviously I wouldn't want to take my 6S pack and power a 4-cell quad or a 3-cell quad. That would, of course, short out the electronics in the quad itself, so do be careful about, keep in mind of your cells there. I've been using this for a couple of months now. It's pretty straightforward. There's a 1 amp and a 2 amp setting here, so you can see probably right here. And a lot of times I find I have to put myself in the 2 amp setting here just to power up the ESC, especially on the DJI quad. This has worked without fail really well. I have been able to use this, plug this in, and then I can even run the motors just a little bit, maybe one motor at a time if I have my props on or whatnot. But if I spin up the motor just a little too much, it will kick off. So it's a good safety protection for if you're gonna plug in to do some BL heli settings. This obviously still works just like the good old-fashioned light bulb to protect yourself from spinning up the motors too fast while you have the props on, if you're happening to do that, to again change some BL heli settings in your ESCs. As others have mentioned, there's some pads here on the back. You can go ahead and solder that, and you can see right here the S and the N. So if you would solder those pads, here's the S pads, here's the N pads in this row. You can change the default from the 3 milliseconds and the 10 milliseconds to the 5, 15, 7, and 20. Just be cautious doing that. That means it's going to send the current longer before it trips it out. I have those as default here, and it's worked fine without fail for me so far. So no worries. As for doing a detailed test on this in regard to the short circuiting and is it going to protect your ESCs, Joshua Bardwell did a great test, so I'm not going to go through everything that he did. He did reverse polarity, he did shorting on a flight control board, and no issues or worries there, and it worked without fail. So I'm going to do a little test here just to see how quick this short stopper works versus how quick the light bulb here lights up. Now this operates within 3 milliseconds, I think it was, which is 3/1000ths of a second. So I'm gonna assume that this is gonna operate and react faster than we would see any light come out of this, but let's check it out. So what I have is a battery here. It's a 4S pack plugged into my classic short stopper, just the bulb I have here. This is a 12-volt bulb from an outdoor lighting circuit, like to light your house, like walk lights and stuff like that. So then I'm going to go ahead and plug in my short stopper here, and you can see I have my green light, so it's powered. So I'm going to plug here in my, now if I plug my red to my red and my black to my black, nothing's gonna happen, right? You're just connecting these two batteries together, essentially. However, if I go ahead and plug in my black to my red and my red to my black, so let's see if we can see if this light bulb lights up versus what happened there. So it just went red immediately, and I didn't see any light come out of the bulb, so I'll look in the post-recording here to see if any light came out. But if I would connect these directly together, we see all kinds of light coming out of that sucker. Look into the light. So anyways, you can see that's how that's gonna work, but you can see how fast the short stopper operated to trip. And I didn't see any light come out of this whatsoever. And not too surprising, 3 milliseconds is extremely fast that this is detecting and shorting out. So that's it for the ViFly ShortSaver. At the end, it's short and sweet. It works. Give it a look. There's going to be a link down in the video description. Check it out. If you have any questions on this, please do drop them down below and I will get back to you. Thanks everybody, and I hope this helps.